Hi folks, it's John Nizman from lastchanceautorestore.com, and today we are standing in front of a vehicle that my wife and I, Julie, have just obtained. It's a 1954 Dodge Power Wagon. It's a Canadian version of a military vehicle, so technically this model is referred to as the M37 Canadian or the M37 CDN edition. And what the M37 means is the length of the wheelbase, and it's a heavy-duty 3/4 ton four-wheel drive. So this is not a civilian vehicle. This was made for the Canadian Armed Forces originally, and originally it was green. So as far as we can tell, it's the original engine, but we have to do some research. So it's a flathead 6-cylinder engine. It's a 4-speed manual transmission, obviously 4-wheel drive, and the transfer case is a 2-speed. There's a low and a high. So we basically just wanted to do a walk around. It's kind of windy and cool today, so hopefully the microphone doesn't pick up too much of the wind and so on. From what we gather, there was roughly about 5,500 of these vehicles total built for Canadian production. And of those, from what I understand, there's roughly 700 of these that had this factory winch option. So this is a really large, heavy duty. I believe it's a Braden winch. I'm not sure the unit number on it, but it's super heavy duty. The original bumpers, we've got tie downs and so on. Anybody watching this video, if you're familiar with it, I've never seen these lights, and we're no expert on this model. So if anyone would like to share with me if they know what these lights are. Normally we've seen them with the yellow or the clear driving or fog style light, but we've never seen this style. So being unfamiliar with them, I'm not really sure what they are, but if anybody knows, we sure would appreciate any comments you could share with me. You'll see these look to me to be, in appearance, to be all factory original. And then we come down the side. It has the holders for the fuel tanks. I'm not sure if they all had that or not, but we've got a couple of fuel tanks that came with the vehicle. We have the plug down here in the bottom, and it's the large outlet for the 24 volt system. So we've got the plug down here. These are obviously not the correct mirrors at all for this vehicle. Another thing I'd like to point out is we've got these studs with the nuts here and the pin on this side. And I was educated with a nice group online that had mentioned this was a factory bracket that had a spare tire holder. So there's a large spare tire that was fastened onto the bracket, and there's a pin here that latches and a release on the inside. So that spare tire is long gone and the bracket's long gone. But structurally, we're really impressed with how solid this vehicle is. If we kind of zoom in a little bit and we look at the running board, it's very fixable. You can see the rocker panels are really solid. There's a little bit of rust in the very bottom of the hinge, but at the bottom, not in the plate itself. The posts are strong. You see the floors are in really nice shape. And then the dash and components, there's been quite a bit of playing around with wiring. So for any purists out there on these M37 Power Wagons, you're not going to want to see the tack and electric brake and all this extra kind of stuff. And the boys kind of laughed. They said, well, point out when you're doing the video the custom stereo that they've installed. So it's got a little deck up there in the corner. So obviously this vehicle has been enjoyed after it served its time with the military use. And the doors open and close great. When you come down to the bed, it's incredible how strong the metal walls are and all the steel. And then we come around the back. It has the tailgate. We have the original Pinto style hitch, the bumperettes, the tie downs, and to the best of my knowledge, someone has added this Reese-style hitch on the bottom. And then this lighting is not accurate for the vehicle. It's had some changes over time. In terms of the tailgate, we've got all the stuff here. And then when you open it up, you can see we've got the steel floor. We've got some junk in here that was sent with the truck when we obtained it. So we'll clean all that out. But you know, it's not excessively bad. There's some surface rust on those wheel well tubs on the inside. But for our restoration company, it's pretty straightforward to fix that. So we've got the tailgate with the chains and so on. And then when we come down this side, you can see once again it's very solid. We've got the appropriate hooks and slots, and we've got the doors for storage going down both sides. This being the Canadian version, it has this very desirable hard top, which has pins that come down, and it's bolted in the back. So from my understanding, if this was an American version of this M37, it didn't come with this insulated cab. So it was an open style cab, and they relied on canvas and tying down for the roof, where this I think is much more enjoyable, having the insulated roof package. And then once again the running boards, you can see now there is some rust. You can see here there's rust through behind the wheel here, but this once again is a very easy fix for us. We would cut all that rusted steel out and put new steel in. You can see we've got the big military wheels, so it's a pretty neat vehicle. They're quite rare, and it's the first one we've ever had. So I just wanted to share with you. So this is, once again, it's a 1954, and it's a Dodge M37 Canadian model, or CDN. Most people just refer to this as the Dodge Power Wagon. So this vehicle will probably be available for purchase. So you can contact me. It's John at lastchanceautorestore.com. And just to clarify, we would only sell this vehicle to someone who would hire us to restore it. So whether you'd want to have it back to its original factory specifications or a custom build, you can contact us. And our website is lastchanceautorestore.com.